Hey, through the Spirit and Poweryahawah, you got this movie, Samson trailer that's coming out. Samson trailer coming out. It's coming out next year. You know, it's Omen, man. Spiritual power. You know, Spirit of the Lord. The Spirit of the Lord bestowed on his men mightily, man, and gave him supernatural powers to fight the enemies. That's the times we're living in. So it's spiritual. This movie's coming out.
Stories of possibilities and hope. Hope is rebellion. Samson of the tribe of Dan, chosen by the living God, gifted with his power to be his hand of vengeance. If you wanted to fight, you should have brought more men.
Hey, that's the spirit, man. Hey, this devil knows, man. He knows what time it is. That's why he's taking down on our accounts. He's attacking us, attacking our channels. Because they know, man. They know the history of Israel. And they know when the Father was with us, how he raised up his men mightily. He put his spirit upon his men. And they got turned up through the spirit and power of Yahawashi, man. The Heavenly Father is a warrior, and so are his men. Judges 15 and 14. And when he went into Leah, the Philistines shouted against him. See, and they put the race. This is the racist Esau shit, Hollywood shit. The Philistines and were white, and the light skin and Samson was light. They showed you the movies. The movies with Moses that came out. They banned that movie in Egypt, in Morocco. I'm sorry, because it was historically inaccurate, man. The real Israelites are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. And the Philistines were a Hamitic nation, another dark race, another dark nation, man. Judges 15 and 14. When he came into Leah, the Philistines shouted against him, and the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and the cords that were upon his arms became as flax that was burnt with fire, and his bands loosed from his hand. And he found the new jawbone of an ass, and put forth his hand, and took it, and slew 1,000 men therewith. Like you said in the movie, it said you should have bought more men if you wanted to fight. And Samson said, with the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps, with the jawbone of an ass have I slayed 1,000 men. Killed 1,000 men. And it came to pass when he had made an ending of speaking that he cast away the jawbone out of his hand, and called this place Mightily. And he was sore athirst, and called on the Lord, and said, Thou hast given me the great deliverance into the hand of thy servant, and now shall I die for thirst, and fall into the hand of the uncircumcised, the circumcised heathens, Hamites, man. It's okay. King Saul said that before he took his own life. He said, I'd rather kill myself than die from uncircumcised heathen, man. See, at one time we was very mighty, man. The Most High made his men mighty. Hey, the mighty men of valor, man. The house of David, mighty men of valor. That's the times we're living in. That's why this devil's so scared, because now we're waking up. And we're waking up in the Lord. We're mighty through the Lord, man. With this truth. He's reviving us, bringing us back alive. For you to fight 1,000 men through the Spirit, that's a supernatural intervening. That's a supernatural power. That this devil don't want our people to get back, man. He don't want the house of David to be rebuilt back up, but it is. And God clave on hallowed place that was in the jaw, and there came unto thereout. And when he had drunk, his spirit came again and revived. Wherefore he called the name thereof Enachori, and which is in lay unto this day. And he judged Israel in the days of the Philistines 20 years. And the Most High is raising up judges and kings. And people respect what? Power. Right now we have no power. The Lord's going to give us power. Leviticus 26:7. And ye shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword. And 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight. And your enemies shall fall before you by the sword. See how he's flinging them? Scriptures say, Isaiah 59:19. The Lord's going to lift up a standard against them when the troops shall come, the stormtroopers, man. So you see 1,000 Philistines were charging at Samson. And the spirit of Yahweh, while Yahawashi was destroying them. Most High put that mightily power, that mightily spirit in them to destroy his enemies, man. It's like with King David. It's like with Joshua and Caleb. It's like with Levi and Simeon. Just like with the Maccabees. The Most High always raised up heroes in Israel to defend the people and deliver the people from oppression, man. And that's the times we're living in now. We're little Samsons. We're little Moses and Aaron. We're little Joshua's and Caleb's. We're little Maccabees now. We're little King Davids, man. To protect the sheep, man. From the foreign enemies, foreign invaders. These heathens, man. These goddamn heathens, man. Starting with the Rothschilds, elites, Esau, and these other heathen nations that are united to come against Israel. And they will get crushed. And the whole world will know that only the one and true and living power, man. Al-Sharia. Terrible demon-like power. The great king and the king of terrors, man. Talk about Halloween. Terrors and horror. Yeah, it's going to be horrible when the Most High raised up his men with that mighty supernatural power.